at Washburn for 25-ish years.
We're awesome at this point.
We're awesome at this point. We run 40 to 50 marathons.
Oh, yeah. You don't want us on TikTok. Yeah. No, they run for 3, 6, 12 hours, 24 hours.
I mean, look at them. You don't look like that just by showing up. This podcast is brought to you by Washburn University, a tight-knit college in a city of opportunity.
Washburn offers small classes and big experiences. It's public, prestigious, and has the lowest student debt in the state.
Above all, Washburn delivers a personalized education that you won't find at larger schools.
Learn more at washburn.edu. Welcome to the studio. We've got Paul Wagner. You do two things. You are a professor of biology at Washburn, and you are the president of the local running club called the Sunflower Striders.
That is correct.
Got it.
Sunflower Striders. Thanks for being here, Paul.
Yeah, thanks for having you, man.
Great. Talk about running. We'll be here for 2 days here.
Well, do you want to tell us, I guess, before we get into running, tell us a little bit about you. What's your background? When did you move to Topeka? What's your story?
Yeah, so I went to a small school in North Carolina. Then I got my PhD at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I moved to Kentucky to work as a postdoc, where I met my wife, and then I moved to New Jersey to work at the medical school there for a while, and then came back when she got her degree, and then we decided that, well, we wanted to share our job, and so we came to Washburn in 99.
What do you mean share your job?
Share your job. Walk us through that a little bit.
Explain share your job.
Share your job. All right. So normally a teacher's load is to teach 4 classes. And we said, okay, you get 2 people. We'll split it. She'll teach 2. I'll teach the other 2, but we'll take 1 salary. And so we'll share the job. And
what made you want to do that?
When we were in research, it's very difficult to get funding. You have to go out there and get your funding, and that's a hard job. Even in this environment now, it's even harder.
Right.
And most of our mentors always complained, because they worked 24/7, that they didn't know who their family were.
Oh gosh.
And so, they're teenagers all of a sudden. Where did they come? And so,
who are you?
Yeah, who are you, right? But they were in the lab at 7 in the morning. They'd leave at 7 at night. They'd come in on the weekends, and so, grants are due, and you have to be there. So
brutal.
And you have to have the money for your employees. It's one thing for me not to do my job and I lose my job. But if I don't do my job of writing a grant and getting the money, all those people lose their jobs.
Sure.
And I couldn't deal. That stress was too much to do.
Yeah.
So, and my wife is a very talented teacher. So teaching was great. So we applied all over the country. I think 3 schools said, well, that's an interesting idea. Washburn was one that said, well, we'll entertain it. I don't think we had a contract for 3 years, but we worked through it because we hadn't thought about the other end of the administrative end of it, which is, well, what happens if you divorce?
Oh,
sure.
What happens?
We're not planning on that.
Well, we weren't planning on it. Right. But what if one dies? Does the spouse lose their job? And so there was a lot of legal things that we hadn't thought through that needed to be worked out. And, now Washburn has the policies, and it worked for us.
So they came up with policies as a result of that.
We had to write it all.
Whoa.
Because there's disability issues.
Sure.
There's all kinds.
Oh, sure.
Okay, health insurance. Because if you work part-time, you don't quite get health insurance. You got to have a full-time job. Well, we do have a full-time job. It's just that there's 2 of us.
Right.
Yeah. So there were logistics that I hadn't even thought about.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
thankful
for Washburn,
It's like a Monsters, Inc. situation where there's like a 2-headed monster working one job or something like that.
Yeah. Did you just call our guest a monster?
Yeah. They're the good guys.
Yeah.
They're the good guys.
So they made it work.
They made it work.
Yeah. And how long have you been there?
So we came in 99. So
Whoa.
So we're 30 years.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's been a good fit for you guys.
It's been a good fit for us. Yeah, because, again, in Topeka, 1 salary can go. We had our children. We didn't have daycare because one of us was always home. And so
cool.
you could afford it. that wouldn't work in other places,
Right.
Yeah.
where salaries, you need two
Sure.
incomes to make it go.
Right.
Sure.
That's very cool. How
And the other
unique.
thing was my wife is very talented, and I could never see her staying home and me being the breadwinner.
Sure.
When
Right.
this talent needs to be in the classroom.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And so now the students get the both of both worlds.
Yeah.
Her teaching in the lab. I'm the MacGyver of the
Is
group.
it?
I like that.
So 4 classes. Is it you take 2, she takes 2, or do you both handle all 4 and just kind of share a role?
Well, we can, but we share the role in that she does the lecture part and I
Okay.
do the lab part.
and okay.
So they get our talents.
Yeah.
Now, we both have lecture parts that other classes that we teach when they rotate through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so.
But she does a majority of the lecturing
part.
and you do a
Okay.
majority of the lab.
Labs.
Wow.
Nice.
That is very cool.
So it works,
Yeah.
but we're unique in that
Yeah.
aspect.
I wonder how many people are in your position around the nation.
Not many.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it's like
Not many.
10 or less, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there were a few schools like Augustina, and there was one in Eastern Michigan that, thought, oh, that's not a bad idea. But some of them are unionized.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there was a big lot of paperwork that
Right.
they didn't want to do.
Right.
You were telling us before, Eric, that you guys applied to lots of different schools
Yeah.
to try to pitch this. And
Yeah.
Washburn
With
was,
this idea.
With
like
this
you-
idea.
With the idea, yeah. Our cover letter said we want to share the job.
Wow. Yeah, I can't imagine an administrator receiving that like, what? I've never seen this before. Like, what do we do with this?
Well, and a lot of schools wrote back saying, well, we don't need to go through the hassle of this because we've got so many applicants.
Sure.
Right.
Okay, well, fine.
Yeah.
We'll just try this. I mean,
Yeah,
it
might
was-
as well try.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Cool. So you've been at Washburn for 25-ish years. Okay, so you've seen that campus
Change.
grow and change.
yeah,
and
we're awesome at this point.
What?
That's awesome. We're awesome at this point.
I guess I'm even thinking, because I went to Washburn, graduated in 20. I mean, it's changed so much since then.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that were there at Washburn when you got there and are still there? What's new over the past 25 years?
Well, the biggest change is when we came, Washburn was considered a commuter school.
Okay.
You drove to campus, you went home.
Yep.
There was no dorm.
Oh, there's no on-campus living.
Yeah, the only thing they had was where the new law school is. That was merit student housing. There was
like apartment
There was
style?
rows of apartments.
Okay.
On the brick things.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was no campus life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now campus life is.
Wow.
We're up to 7,000 students.
What was it back then?
We were 5,000 at best.
Okay.
Maybe
Wow.
maybe 3 to 4 at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal was always to get to 10. I wouldn't doubt that we get there eventually.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It seems like it's just like the professionalism, the excellence is like,
And
So good.
athletics has helped that,
yeah.
right? You bring in winning volleyball teams, and you bring in soccer teams that are in the national, and football teams that are now going to improve. And then we built the new track.
Oh, so sweet. Yeah.
Speaking of athletics, I think it's time we change gears.
Oh, okay.
You are the president of the Sunflower Striders
That's right.
Running Club.
Yes.
I didn't know a running club was a thing. Yeah, that is so. Tell us a little bit about that. How'd you get involved? What is a running club?
So a running club it started as just a basic group of people who just enjoy running, wanting to share it with the rest of the community. That was the idea.
Some people call those people crazy.
Yes, they still do. And now we've got several clubs in the town. There's the Road Runners, and then there's the Top City Running Club. And it's helped now that we have a new store. We have Fleet Feet.
Yeah.
And they just hired a community engagement person, and
Wow.
and so that has helped a great deal getting the name out.
So the store isn't just like a place to buy gear. It's a community hub.
It's a community hub.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, like on Thursdays, we meet at Spin Pizza. We meet at Thunder Grill. We run around the lake. We come back and eat dinner.
Wow.
And when it first started, it was more of a running club that, okay, we're going to get faster. We're going to be our personal best. We're going to go to races, and everybody's going to see what the striders can do. But running has transformed a little bit from that to more of a social thing.
Okay.
It's not a bar.
Right.
It's a place to meet somebody that has something in common. Right, they like to run, but it's not as expensive. Well, shoes are, but
Sure. What does being in the Striders or a running club look like? Is it a commitment? Is it a...
It can be if you want to be. I mean, you can be part of the executive board.
Okay.
You can help us. We do Girls on the Run, which is a elementary school program for girls to gain their confidence and stuff, but they learn how to run, and at the end they run a 5K.
Cool.
I think
they all have running buddies.
Is that around campus?
No, it's the Scott Magnet School. They do it on the new Deer Creek area there.
Nice.
It's right behind them.
Yep.
They run on the trail. So we help time that race, and and then the Striders used to time every race in town, every 5K, 10K. They had the clock. They were the timers. But then, chip timing came in, and now computers, and that was too expensive for us to get involved with. And so now you hire a timer to do that. And people want that now. I mean, we did it manually. So, you crossed the line. I wrote your name down. Now we look at your time and what place you took, that took a good hour to get everybody situated. Now it's instant.
Yeah.
You cross the line, there's your time, your place,
It's already, on your phone, on site. Yeah.
Yeah. So, back in the 70s, now we're all in our 60s, and this is a big joke now because we're in our 60s and 70s, so we're not technically savvy. So, cell phones are like, what? And FaceTime or Facebook and Instagram and TikTok is like, what? Yeah. So we're learning to.
So you finish a race, they're like, go find your time online. What's that?
Yeah. Well,
just tell me my time.
Yeah. And that's why, some of, we're called the ancient group because, because when you advertise, now they communicate, right? They communicate on Facebook. We're going to meet here. We're going to do this, and the new groups, are really savvy about getting their name out and where they're going to be. And Fleet Feet even does that. They have their own Facebook and stuff.
So you guys started in the 70s.
Yeah.
That's 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're 53 now, I think.
Wow.
This year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's been it's changed. It's morphed now to what it is now, where but we still have a really core group. And then there's the Topeka trail runners, and they've seen a huge explosion. And trail running across the country has just exploded.
Really.
And ultrarunning. So.
Ultrarunning?
So anything over 26 miles.
Oh, ultrarunning. Yeah.
Ultrarunning is just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
over 26 miles.
So us runners call them crazy. They're, but that has seen a big explosion, partly because now it's not about running fast. It's about how far you can go.
Right.
Yeah.
They run for 3, 6, 12 hours, 24 hours.
Yeah. 100 miles.
You run slower. And then probably in the 80s and 90s, Jeff Galloway was an Olympic runner, and he came up with this idea that he wanted to share running with everybody, and so it should be good for anybody. And so he started run walking.
Run walking. So you run a little bit, you walk. You run a little bit, and you walk. And
that's what I do, John.
And it's been tremendous.
All walking, no running.
Yeah. Because you don't get as injured. Yeah. And you can go farther.
Yeah.
And anybody can do it. Because you can choose to run for 30 seconds and walk for 30 seconds. Some of us, run for 9 minutes and walk for a minute. And Washburn used to have a marathon training class.
I heard about that.
Yeah. And, that's what we taught. We taught run walk.
Oh, so you were the one doing it?
Well, I helped with the professor who was doing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And we did it for 20 years. So
Yeah.
Was the final to run a marathon?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get an A. I mean, you had to keep a journal. And if you came to every class, you got points for coming to class. There were a few quizzes on, what you should wear and what you should eat and that kind of stuff. But if you've crossed the line,
if you finish the race,
you finish the race.
Get an A. Okay,
that's kind of
cool. So not start the race, you got to finish the race.
Yeah, you got to finish the race. So and then you met on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday mornings. So you're talking about 18-year-olds getting up, coming at 7:00 in the morning before class, and running.
Yeah. That's
I was
wild.
impressed. We had 40 students usually.
Wow.
Each semester.
Yeah. Well, January to May.
Yeah.
So it was in the spring.
Oh, once a year. Okay.
Once a year. It was started in January, 16 weeks. And we used to go to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay.
So to their marathons. Awesome marathon.
That's cool.
They run it really well. And so we would go as a group, block of hotels. Everybody get up, everybody finish the race. And, and one of the things about the Striders, their mission is that it's better in a group.
Yeah.
And our other thing is that no one's ever left behind. And so, with that, that's why it's so community wide. It's a big group. Everybody knows that it's hard to run.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Thank you, Paul.
Well, but the community, the runners are good cheerleaders.
Yeah.
They all been there.
Yeah.
They've been injured. They've tried to do something. So everybody's going, yeah, you can do this.
Yeah.
So they're big cheerleaders, and that's what's fun.
Yeah.
I could just see myself huffing air. Shut up, Paul. No, I can't. This is horrible.
You can do this. No, I can't. Yeah. I was excited. I got into running a few years ago, just like 2 years ago. So it's not long. And the only running I had done beforehand, I did 1 year of track in high school. And so I did the mile in high school. And so, it was all about trying to get a pretty good pace, going. And so I assumed, well, that's how you should run all the time.
Right.
And so when I first got in, I decided okay, I'm going to try to get into running. I couldn't get more than 3 or 4 miles. I was like, this is insane. It's not fun. I'm just my mental anxiety is so I can't think about anything because I'm just stressed, because I'm pushing myself too hard. And then when I committed to doing a marathon, I was Googling a bunch of, plans and stuff. And one of the first things, the guy was like, hey, run slow enough that you can talk to your friend.
Yes.
And I said, oh, I'm doing this very wrong. And so then I slowed way down and I became very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is what people are talking about. You can actually have fun. You can talk with your friend. You're just talking. I can think about things. Often I would I would read something and then I'll just be thinking about it for an hour on a run, or I preach at church, so I'm thinking about ideas for what I'm going to talk about and things like that. And I was like, this is very relaxing. This is so good.
Oh yeah, I like it because I turn my brain off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing going on. It's one foot in front of the other, and I can go for an hour or two, and
How many people are in the Striders?
So we have right now, the core group is about 30 or 40.
Yeah.
The newsletter goes to probably 250.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so on any given night, so Tuesday nights is at the governor's mansion. Thursday nights is at a restaurant. Saturday morning is at a coffee shop. And then Sunday is at 10th and Fairlawn, if anybody wants to show up. And there we can ever have anywhere from, 15 to 20 people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Depending on the weather.
How far do you run when you meet?
Most times it's 4 miles to 6 miles. The walkers do 3 or so.
Nice.
We have the whole range. We have stallions and we have walkers. So
Mules.
we have the whole range. So if you come out, we'll match you up with somebody who's running your pace.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and that's why as you improve, you can move up to the group that's running a little faster, or if it's not your day, go with the walkers or whatever.
That's awesome.
And you guys circle back to a place and you'll do a dinner afterwards?
Oh yeah. So we usually finish and then, Blackbird for coffee or higher grounds or, or we go to Thunderbird Grill or Spin Pizza over by Wheatfield.
Higher
That's
Grounds.
awesome.
That's the one on Topeka Boulevard, right?
Yeah.
I went in there for the first time. That's a nice place.
It's a great place.
Great place.
Oh, 21st.
Uh,
The one on 21st that one's super
Topeka.
nice.
on Boulevard.
Yeah, that one's super
Boulevard.
nice.
Yeah, so
super
we-
nice.
Yeah.
We meet there and then go back, all right, to Quincy Hill, and you're on the trail.
Yeah. Okay.
So no streets. You have to cross the Topeka, but once you're there, then
To the Shunga Trail?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And you can run whichever direction you want to go and as far as you want to go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's in your guys' newsletters you send out?
Yeah, so the newsletter, we try and highlight what's going on in the community. Our editor keeps up with the race calendar. So if there's a race going on, it's usually in there.
Okay.
And then it announces usually the calendar that Fleet Feet is doing on Thursdays, where they're going to be, where we're going to be, where the trail runners are going to be. So the list of times and places that's where you can find what we're going to do for the month.
Cool.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Fleet Feet its own club as well?
Fleet Feet is, they want a community presence. And so all the running groups try to support what they want to do. So they usually
kind of run through them.
Run through them. So, they put on, usually they lead the Thursday run. So, and they also have somebody that shows up on the Saturday morning run.
Okay. Wow.
And so they help us coordinate all of that.
Wow.
They just put on the first turkey trot here.
Oh, okay.
They ran it around Lake Shawnee. And they had 500 and some people show up.
Wow.
That's a massive run for around here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, most runs are less than 100. So.
Well, me and one buddy were determined to do a turkey trot this year, and we could not convince any of our friends and family to get up early enough on Thanksgiving to do it. And so we're like, next year we will do it. We will get all our friends to do it. So
turkey trot is what, a 5K?
5K. Yeah, they also had run around the lake, which is about 7.
Yeah.
Now the Striders, we have our Thanksgiving run around Lake Sherwood, and which is about almost 6 miles.
Okay.
And we had our New Year's run there as well this time. So
here's a question: if someone enjoys running, but they aren't maybe from here or don't run around Topeka very often, they're just treadmill runners. What are a couple of different trails or paths that you would recommend to someone that you're like, hey, you should do this one? It's this long. This one is this long. What would you recommend?
Yeah. So, now that Deer Creek is completed, you can run from Southwest Topeka, Advisors XL, all the way to Lake Shawnee.
Whoa.
yeah.
And not cross a street.
Really?
Yeah. So you run under Fairlawn, you run under Gage, you then run past the Expo Center, you then run under 10th Street. Now the Deer Creek runs along the river, and then it comes back up toward California near Dornwood, the park, and then you get on 29th. Now you cross over to Lake Shawnee and you run around the lake. So
really,
I mean, there's quite a bit.
It's great, yeah.
So for psychos that want to do that, Advisors Excel to the lake, all the way around the lake. How far does that run?
Like
Over
15
13
miles?
Over 13.
And so if you go then back to Advisors, it's almost a marathon.
Yeah, you could.
Well, it'd be more, yeah.
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 I mean, a lot of people bike it.
Okay.
Is it 8? Is the whole Shunga Trail 8 miles?
9.
9. Yeah, because then Lake Shawnee is 7.
7.
Yeah, so that's 16 times 2.
Yeah. 32. Yeah.
Well, you're not going to do the lake twice, so it'd be 16 plus
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
plus 9 again.
So okay, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Maybe give me a smaller one.
Then you can go out 45th Street. And get on the Landon part of the trail. That goes all the way to Pomona.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's dirt once you get past 45th. So if you don't like, you mentioned running off of not on concrete. So if you don't want to be on concrete, you go past, get on 45th. There's the new restaurant out there, the pickleball.
785.
785. So we park there and we run down, and you get on that part of the trail, and people run as far as they want.
Awesome.
That's a great run. I mean, that's really comfortable. And then Governor's Mansion. There's Iliff Commons. So there are a number of different. Oh, and the trail runners just ran in December 20th. They had what's called a Festivus run out at Grant Park, which is out south Topeka by the airport. They have a mowed trail, and they ran from 7 in the morning to 7 at night.
Whoa.
Wow.
And it was come as you whenever you wanted to. And you
just kind of jump in whenever.
Whenever you want to.
Okay.
Some of them ran the whole 12, but and they had a board. They had a board, and you marked down your miles. You know, and it was a potluck, so you brought whatever, and you could just grab whatever, you know.
Whoa.
And they had water and stuff for everybody, but I think they totaled 700 miles.
Whoa.
And they had like 73 people show up during the day.
Yeah.
And then Burnett's Mound.
Yeah.
And right now, that's the only race in town that's of any distance. And that's in the first weekend in March. That's the Skyline Scramble.
Okay.
And you can choose to run for 3 or 6 or 12 hours.
Jeez.
How many? It just loops around Burnett's Mound.
Yeah, I ran my first scramble last February or last March, and that was eye-opening for me.
Really?
Yeah, because it's totally different. So, you know, I've run 40 or 50 marathons and half marathons, and I know how to fuel for those. So I thought, okay, I'll fuel for 3 hours. I know.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Really? Because is it just the dirt trails up and down around the hills?
Yeah, and you're turning
and
stuff, and you have to pick up your feet. So road runners don't pick up their feet. They shuffle.
Yeah.
It's just more efficient.
Yeah.
But when you run on trail, if you shuffle, you're going to see your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're just going to be planted, which happens a lot for people like me who try to trail run, you know. But so picking up your feet and watching, you know, turning corners and stuff. I mean, I was so depleted.
Yeah, you can't zone out like maybe you would in a road run.
No, you have to be in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a long straight path, you just zone out and just go.
Yeah. So like on 45th.
Yep.
You know, it's pretty flat.
Your head's lost in the clouds.
Yeah. You can stare at the fields.
Yeah.
But when you're turning corners and you're coming down, like at Governor's Mansion.
Right.
Coming down some of those steep hills, you know, and then it turns. If you're running fast, which some of them do, I don't know how they do that. They're running 7-minute mile pace.
What?
It's like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we have several people in town here who are incredible runners.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you've run 40 to 50 marathons.
Oh yeah, and that's minor.
Really?
Yeah. We've got several people here who are 200 plus.
Whoa. Wow.
50
so crazy.
states. They've run one in every state.
My dad, growing up, my dad was not into running, but he had one of his dear friends. I forget the guy's last name. He had some kind of record of some kind, but he ran a marathon, I think twice a month for like 30 years. And so it was kind of like his full-time thing. He would travel around. He did like the Sahara. He did like the Rockies. He did all kinds of stuff. So whenever we knew that anytime we saw him, it was because he was in town for a marathon, you know?
Yeah.
And so we would go meet him after for a meal or whatever. And he would always, you know, it was gnarly, but he'd like show us his feet, you know, and it'd be like, oh, bro, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, well, but there are other things, you know, like the Lincoln Marathon. If you run 13 of them, you know, they gave you a jacket with a big 13 on it. You know, that's a big deal, right? Yeah. Or, you know, a lot of us, you know, qualified for Boston. You know, you have to run. Boston is only the one where you have to actually run another race in a specific time to qualify.
Interesting.
You know, and
have you ever done the Boston?
Yeah.
Man, how was that?
Cool.
That's a bucket list.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish now it wasn't so expensive, but.
Oh, is it really expensive now?
Yeah.
What does it cost to
registration is around like $300.
Okay.
You know, but you know, and then you have your air transportation and the hotel and all that. But the, you know, when you're running, they bus you out and then you run into town.
Oh, okay.
So it's a one-way kind of thing.
Right.
But it's 5 deep in fans on both sides of the street.
The whole way.
Whole way.
What?
I mean, and Wesley College, which used to be a women's college, now it's a co-ed college, but they're known for their cheering, and you can hear them.
Whoa.
Miles coming up.
Whoa.
And, you know, everybody writes their name on their leg or on their sleeve. So, and as you come up, they're yelling your name.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's massive. I mean,
Wow.
you know, the smiles that everybody gets when you hear your name as you're, you know,
being chanted.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like, it's crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, that race is just amazing.
Wow.
I'm going to ask a really weird question, but I think you're ready for it.
Washburn, a proud sponsor of this podcast, wants to keep its homegrown talent here at home.
Graduates of Shawnee County high schools and homeschools are eligible for the Thrive Scholarship.
Other local graduates may qualify for the Promise Scholarship, so you can go to college tuition free.
Learn more about these incredible opportunities at washburn.edu.
Washburn is just right, just for you.
Now, back to the show. How many pairs of shoes do you go through a year?
At least 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
The rule is 500 miles.
Okay.
You're running 2,000 miles a year?
1,500.
Whoa.
That's cool.
But
I'm slacking.
Yeah. You think you're slacking?
Yeah, but when you're running, you know, when you run, you know, 5 or 6 a day, and then on the weekends you're running 10 or more.
You're running 5 or 6 every single day, 7 days a week?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, look at him. You don't look like that just by showing up. I mean, this guy.
Yeah, but, you know, when again, running, you know, we've got people of all shapes and sizes. So they all, I mean, they're addicted, right? A lot of, you know, those people who run that kind of mileage, they're all addicted.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the ultra runners, you know, on the weekend, it's 30 or 40.
Yeah.
You know, so when I say I'm running 5 or 6 or 8, that's nothing compared to that group.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, that's once, and they got your whole mileage all week.
Yeah, for the whole week.
One run. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when we, you know, the idea is that whatever you run during the week, that's your long run on the weekend.
Oh, so, interesting.
You know, if you run 3 days a week and you do, you know, 4 or 5, then you run a 10 or 12.
Okay, interesting.
But I mean, there are all kinds of plans.
Yeah.
And we have we have decades of experience.
Whoa.
You know, people who have run 200 marathons or whatever. I mean, if you want to know something about running, somebody knows.
Yeah.
You know, they've tried it or. You know.
Have you ever tried like a triathlon?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well,
was
Tin Man used to be here in Topeka, which was that's a sprint basically where, you know, you swim 800 meters and you get out and you run a 10K and then you bike like 19 or whatever.
Okay,
you know, versus a Ironman.
Right.
Sure.
That doesn't look. I can't
Don't have any interest in that.
No interest in that. But yeah, so I did several here, and we did several as a team. Where one of us ran, one of us biked.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, that's doable actually.
Yeah.
You know? But the training is really difficult because, you know, if you're not a swimmer, you have to swim.
You got to become one. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, and then you have to train in all 3 sports because they all use different muscles.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so running muscles are different than biking muscles.
So your training doesn't necessarily transfer.
No, like I get on a bike with the bike group around here, I'm like, how do you guys do this? You know, they're like, boom, you know, they're gone. And I'm like, okay, well, you left me in the dust. My muscles don't translate.
I never really thought of training for an Ironman through that lens. Like you're training for 3 different things and you have to train for all 3 because they don't apply to either one.
No, and their distance.
Yeah.
Ironman is a full marathon at the end, 112 in the middle, biking, you know, and you're swimming 3 miles.
That sounds like the worst part to me, honestly.
Yeah.
His 3-mile swim is insane.
Swim. That's a long swim.
That's so much swimming.
Yeah. And, you know, if you say you're swimming, you know, 40 minutes for a mile, you know,
that's
you're in
crazy.
The water a long time.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it in open water,
yeah,
insane.
That's a whole new.
Insane.
Okay, so you're saying I have no context to how long it would take to swim 3 miles. So you're saying it takes people 2.5.
2.5. Then they get out and they bike for 100 and whatever miles. That's another 5 to 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And then you're running a marathon and they, 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's at the end too. So I bet
It's an all day thing.
Yeah, it's all day.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And the record holders are, nuts. They're like 8 hours.
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're swimming their 3 miles in what most people would swim a mile in.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're just all out.
How did you first get into running?
So I'm an all-sport athlete. So I played basketball, tennis, track in high school. And then when I went to college, I started out as a basketball player, but I went to a really small school. So if you could chew gum and walk, you could play. so I to keep in shape, I ran cross country.
Ah.
Okay.
And then, so cross country, basketball, then track and tennis in the spring. So all year long.
This is in North Carolina?
Yeah. So all year long sport, and so
Whoa.
when I left school, there's no more organized sport, right?
Yeah.
There's like,
What team am I going to play on?
well, yeah, it's like, what do I do now? And so when I was graduate school, it was like, well, I'm in a new space. I need to learn. So I went from town to town, picking up 5Ks, and I would run in the morning, and then I'd stick around and see what the town's like. And so it just became one of these things of how I saw, Kansas, I saw Kentucky.
Wow.
It's just a way to
Explore.
go visit. Yeah, explore. Yeah.
That's cool. Wow.
Interesting.
That's very cool.
And then then it was addicting.
What about it is addicting?
Well, people talk about the high. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk about it physiologically too, but I mean, it is real.
Yeah.
Endorphins rise when you get a good run, and I like the camaraderie. I just like and I also, when I run solo, you talked about your mind just kind of relaxing. That's what, when stress is, my wife hands me my shoes. She said, get out of here.
Yeah.
Go hit the trail.
funny.
And so
She knows you. She knows the signs.
Yeah. And so it's relaxing for me to just go out and cruise.
I've never thought about what you said, running, when you do it like you guys do as a hobby for fun, it's not about your time.
Right.
You run at the pace that you can talk to somebody to.
Yeah.
Which would be really slow for me. But that's
it's not about slow. It's
right. I never thought about it like
it's
that.
comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they have like the zones and stuff, and
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's now
way.
with the advent of all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, and a lot of us are numbers geeks. We're
Do you
looking
track,
at our
like, your zones and
VO2s.
stuff? Okay, yeah.
People keep journals.
Whoa.
Watching what we're doing.
Yeah.
What did you do last year?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, if you can talk, you're not outrunning your aerobic capacity. You're comfortable.
Yeah.
You can do that for as long as you can.
Yep.
So you're not going to get tired, and you're not really pushing. Now, if you want to improve time-wise, then you have to get to the point where you can't speak.
Sure.
right.
But then you don't do that for very long.
Right.
Right.
But when we run long on the weekends, that's all conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
chatting.
we're all of a sudden mad at each other and we're I'm going to sprint now.
Yeah.
See if you can keep up.
And I have to imagine for someone like me who I don't have any running experience that, I should be like training or getting into running. You should be running and talking for a lot of your training because
all your training.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, if you take the journals of the top elite Olympic runners, 80% of their runs are conversational.
Really?
Wow.
10% of that is where you can't run for more than a minute. 10% of it is what called tempo, where you're at race pace.
Okay.
But the rest of it, but they're putting 70 and 100 miles in a week, but 80 to 90 of that is conversation.
Yeah.
How much do you think genetics plays into that? Or would you say it's 50-50 training genetics?
Well, I think genetics isn't. Everybody why do you play basketball? Why do you play golf? because you're good at it.
Yeah.
And so that's where
positive feedback.
Positive feedback, right? I mean,
I don't know if I'm that good at golf.
But
he likes golf, but isn't.
You can hit the ball. To me, that swing is like, I don't even know what to do with the club, And so I think you gravitate to whatever you're good at.
Yeah.
And so if running is comfortable, and you enjoy it, and then you get feedback, like all of a sudden you won your age group in a race. Whew. And then next time, you run a small race and you win it, now you're hooked.
But do you think something like running, which is a fairly basic human skill or experience, something like running, it doesn't require unique skills or things that are really out of inaccessible to your average person. Right. Do you think something like running, theoretically, little thought experiment, could the average person with the right training become an Olympic runner?
No.
There's got to be like some.
No, but they could finish a marathon.
They could finish. Okay. Yeah.
We always talked about in the marathon class that the one thing about the marathon is it. Everybody's going to finish. It's just a matter of how much time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours. You might take 4 or 5 hours, but we're all going to cover the same distance. It depends on how you do it.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's when you like, okay, I want to shoot under par, right? It's the same idea as, well, I just finished the marathon in 4 hours. I now want to get under that.
Right.
And so that's where the addictive part comes.
Yeah.
Right.
The improvement.
Now that might be genetic, that, you're predisposed to that.
The competitive kind of,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where running groups have now changed, because that was the goal. When we went to the track, that's what the goal was. I want to beat last week's time.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas now it's a social event.
Yeah.
Why do you think that has changed?
I don't know. I don't know cultural wise where the competitiveness went. I don't know where that went. I mean, that's part of the people who started it, and some of us still like to do that, but a lot of it now is much more social. Who can I meet? Who can I run with? And then the races became not so much the distance and how fast, it was destination. Like
doing a race in a cool place.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And what experiences.
Yeah.
And so, Boston, New York, LA, Colorado, Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
It became more of that, or, you go to Arkansas and you get the plate. I mean, it's 3 pounds. I mean, it's the biggest medal I've ever seen.
A marathon in Arkansas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, it's Little Rock. And everybody knows it because it's the plate.
Ah.
And I got the plate. It's like, and, you put it on at the end of the race. Everybody's laying on the ground because so they put it on you. But, yeah, so it was that. It changed to that.
The experience.
It's the experience. And which is fun. I think it's wonderful. I mean, so when we talk about putting on races, we have to think about,
how do we make this a fun experience?
Yeah. And so a lot of times when you go to a race now, big ones anyway, there are bands, there's the festival afterwards,
right.
There's a lot going on, because that's what people want. They want the experience.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It's the same thing for golf. I go out and play a nice country club in Colorado. It's like, I'm not going out there to see how low I can shoot at the country club in Colorado. It's like, I want to go out there, have a good time.
Vibe under the mountains.
Vibe under the mountains. And then I go out there because I want to try their restaurant that's at their clubhouse. Yeah. And, it's more of the experience of it and less about.
Yeah, Kia was like that.
Yeah.
The golf course, it's like, whoa, these were the pros play, right?
Yeah.
I never got to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
My first race ever, I did the the Kansas half in Lawrence. And the vibe was awesome.
Yes.
There were so many people that it was just fun, and all the volunteers on every corner were high-fiving you. They were playing music. It was just fun. It felt like a party.
It is.
And everybody is encouraging everybody. And then immediately, like 3 weeks later, I did my first marathon, and it was this tiny marathon with like 50 people.
And you got out by yourself.
Oh, it was the worst. It was so boring. Well, and my training partner ended up backing out 2 days before. And so I ended up, training for 3 months with a friend and then doing this race by myself, which I did not want to do for kind of some of the reasons you're describing. And so I was like, well, make the most of it. So at the starting line, there's only 50 of us, and it's a rail to thing. So it's just straight 13 out, turn around, 13 back. And so I'm trying to talk to people at the starting line. No one wants to chat. So I'm like, it's dead silent. Oh. There's no music. There's nothing. And the race was like commemorating someone who had passed away. And so it was just somber. And I was like, this is brutal. So finally about halfway through, I ended up like lining up with a guy who was like bubbly and really interesting. Yeah. And so we chatted for quite a while, and I was like, all right, I needed that. But then the rest, I was like, oh, I'm never doing this again. Like, I want to do a fun one again.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point when, that I think that's what draws people now is what's the experience is going to be. Yeah, that's going to be really tough.
It was like psychological more than the race was.
Yeah.
I was like, this is brutal. I talked to my wife. I was like, I had my phone on me, so I'm texting her while I'm running. I was like, can you meet me with headphones? I'm so bored. I need something, it's 4 hours. So
that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. I think that, I mean, I think, for running, for people who put on races, I mean, they have to think through that kind of stuff. And now it's really expensive. You're talking about the volunteers. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that I want for Topeka would be to have. We just lost the top city half. The race director decided that couldn't do it anymore.
They just did it last year, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
They ended it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So they just canceled it, several weeks ago. They
said really?
No more. But
is it a volunteer thing?
Yeah. I mean, somewhat a volunteer thing. Some, it's costly now to put a race on. You really have to have big sponsors.
Otherwise, you don't break even.
Or you don't break even usually.
Really?
Yeah. Races don't make money.
Not even like pay for itself.
No.
Dang.
No. And races are expensive now. 30, I'm sure for your marathon, you 60, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have thousands of people coming.
Right.
You're not going to make money.
Right.
We finally stopped the Topeka to Auburn because of, lack of volunteer help, but more of it got so expensive.
Wow.
We couldn't put it on anymore without getting a sponsor.
Right.
Yeah. And we never had a sponsor. We've never had a sponsor. We always earned enough to put the next one on.
Right. Yeah.
And
interesting.
And Topeka we have to work with the police a little bit.
Sure.
They're not as friendly to having people run on the streets.
Yeah.
They don't want to close the streets. And I get it. It's a security thing. But, when Lawrence and Wichita, this is a sore subject, but I mean, but Lawrence, Wichita, Abilene, Salina, they shut the town down.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To put their event on. Yeah. And I wish Topeka would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we used to have the Thanksgiving run, this Saturday after Thanksgiving, the Topeka Rescue Mission run.
Oh, okay.
I used to get 900 people.
Wow. Whoa.
And they already had closed the streets for the parade, right?
Oh, right. So taking advantage
They took advantage of that, and it was a huge race. I mean, people came from all over the country to run that race. I mean, unfortunately, the people just got tired of putting on the race because that's a years-long event, to get it all organized. Yeah. So you need volunteers. It's, a lot of big races, they have race directors who are paid.
Whoa, yeah.
But to have a volunteer race, know, and, like the Topeka half, they needed 100 volunteers.
Wow.
That's a lot of people when you only have 200 people running it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You got more people standing out cheering than you do running it. So
that's so funny.
But you need people like Excel and security benefits and those kind of big names to come along and say, here's 30,000, go for it.
Right.
Dang, so it takes $30,000 to put on something like the Topeka half.
Well, yeah, by the time you get the barriers and a timer. You know, a timer can cost you up to $2,000.
Wild.
You know, and your medals and your shirts,
all
that organization, it can cost quite a bit.
That's crazy.
So, and if you have to pay for security, you know, if you have to pay for the police to be on this, because this is overtime. This is they're doing this. You know. Now, the sheriff's department, we moved to Topeka to Auburn we used to run from Fairlawn Plaza out.
Okay.
And we moved it out to Indian Hills. And the sheriff's department said, "Oh, we'll cover your streets."
Oh, that's cool.
And so they covered the streets for us then. But again, they did that volunteer-wise. They'd even say, you know, if something comes up, we have to leave.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
You're on your own.
You're on your own. So, you know, we had to cover every corner that, you know, and, you know, we designed the course so that we didn't have as many volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Volunteering is tough. I mean, I don't know about any groups you have when you try to do something to get volunteers you know, people are busy.
Yeah. People are busy. Yeah. Well, how about we shift to maybe some Topeka specific?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Questions. You've been in Topeka 30 years now. Curious, what are some of your favorite parts of living in Topeka?
Well, I'm a Washburn fan.
Yeah.
So
go Bods.
Go Bods. Yeah. I mean, so Washburn is a treasure here. I'm glad it's getting to see and I'm glad we got Washburn Tech to come along with Washburn. That's been huge.
Yeah.
But the community aspect of Topeka is my favorite. You know, I walk into Fleet Feet and Paul. You know, you know, I mean, you walk into, you know, you come to a club run, you know, everybody knows who you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, you know, the small feel.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, or I walk into a grocery store and I'm either that or I'm, you know, Dr. Paul. Hey,
wow.
a student knows you.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife just the other day, we were walking into a restaurant and I need glasses if I'm trying to see far away. And I forgot my glasses. And she's like, well, you know, we're just eating, you know, you don't need them for that. I'm like, well, yeah, but when I walk into a restaurant, I immediately scan for everybody I know there. Like, who do I know? Who do I know here? Because I just expect I'm going to see some people I know.
And you don't want to like make eye contact without your glasses.
Right. And it's like, I can't see them.
And not say something like, he hates me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thought. It's like, I'm going to see someone from 20 feet away, not recognize them because I don't have my glasses. And they're going to be like, yeah, I saw you didn't wave.
Or you just stare for a really long time. Like, what is that?
Yeah, mine is, okay, you sat in that chair.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I have a name. Well, after 20 years, I still know where you sat, but the name maybe not.
That's funny. What do you think? What's something that you think Topeka's missing? Like, if you could bring something from another state or city, what would you bring here?
Oh, I would bring a race.
A race?
Oh yeah. I mean, we tried to plan a marathon in Topeka, like the Garmin and all these bigger races.
Yeah.
We tried to bring it here, just too many moving parts. But I would love to have, so we could run from Evergy Plaza is the perfect thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where Top City started, that's where they ran out of.
Wow.
But that's a perfect venue to start a race.
Yeah.
But we could run to Noto. We could run to the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
We could hit kind of like the 5 boroughs in New York.
Yeah.
We could hit all of Topeka in a race and show off the best parts of Topeka.
Right.
Now, I'm hoping that Topeka gets the riverfront done.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Because that would be my venue.
Yep.
I would start the race there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever run by Overland Park's, the train station.
Mm-mm.
So if you run west toward Sunflower Soccer, it's a great trail.
Yeah.
The only aspect is the train track. So the Striders put on what's called Labor Your Legs. It's the Labor Day. We put on a community-wide event. Everybody's welcome. Just come and run with us. And we rented the Overland Station and we ran out towards Sunflower Soccer and back.
Wow.
And as they were coming back, the train stopped.
Oh,
So the train blocked you?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So we couldn't have a run,
Right.
a race on that because the
Right.
train.
Right.
They used to have, I don't know if you've heard of Brew to Brew.
Yeah. Yeah. From Lawrence to Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it like 40 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we ran it one year. And I got down to just before we were getting into Lawrence, and the train came across and stopped. And so we were standing there and for a good 15, 20 minutes. Thank you. Yep. Until they got the train to move.
They had to go convince them to move. Like, hey, man, we're in the middle of a race.
Yeah. Some of us were trying to think, well, it's not moving, so we can jump between.
Yeah, just
climb over the things. And they were going, no.
Yeah.
The race officials like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
What if it starts to move? But yeah, so, and I mean, I'd hope that someday that you can run towards sunflower soccer. The problem is that 75 crosses, that's federal land. And so to use that, you have to get federal permit.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so, because we thought sunflower soccer too would be a good venue to start a race.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a snack bar, they got restrooms, they got all those things. And so, but there's federal land that you would have to have a permit.
Wow.
There's a farm you have to get that between Sunflower and the trail that actually goes to Silver Lake.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, my hope is that someday they'll cross a bridge over to the governor's mansion. And you can make a circle from Noto to the governor's mansion back downtown.
Yeah.
You thought about this a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're for the race community here. I mean, because there are a lot of runners in town.
Yeah.
And we're splintered, Top City Run Club, the Road Runners, we've got, and then there's the Trail Alliance. They're huge.
Really?
The Trail Alliance, they keep Burnett's Mound, they keep the Governor's Mansion. They've done the bike trails on Governor's Mansion.
Right, yeah.
They've now extended that to the other side of the Governor's Mansion to where the Washburn Tower, radio tower is. You can do over there. They're trying to connect to the Kansas Museum, the trails there.
Wow, yeah.
Their vision is all the way to Rossville.
Whoa.
Wow.
That those trails are always connected to Rossville.
Wow.
But yeah, that volunteer group is amazing.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite local restaurant?
Tupton Thai.
Let's go.
Really?
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's when we go. That's
Yeah. We often go to Tupton Thai. Yeah.
That's a good.
Are you a coffee guy?
Not so much hot chocolate, but I mean, we meet at PT's.
Okay.
Down in Wheatfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coffee Grounds. We meet at Deadhead.
Yep. I always joke,
Yeah.
PTs and Circle are like second offices for me. And I have like set days, like, hey, this is my PT's day. I just office out of there.
Yeah.
And there's guys that I see there like every single time.
Yeah.
And don't know them. I just know that guy's going to be there.
And Blackbird.
Blackbird's great.
Blackbird.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's our Sunday stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's always people in there that they know because we're coming through. They're there at the same table all the time.
Yeah.
Are you a golfer?
No.
Okay.
He kind of, mentioned that earlier, not knowing what to do with the club.
Yeah, the biggest compliment you gave me, it was when you said some guys try and shoot under par, and you kind of pointed to me like that's a goal of mine realistically.
I wouldn't even. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
I'll
Paul.
throw my ball. I'll frisbee it with you.
Yeah.
Home projects. If you're gonna do a home project, Menards.
What was that look? That was the look of somebody who does not do home projects.
Oh no! I just finished my.
Who's someone who's overwhelmed by home projects?
I just finished my in-laws' bathroom. So
okay. Menards,
the opposite.
Home Depot, Lowe's. What do you got?
I use all three.
Oh my gosh, Paul!
Because they all have different things.
That's a cop-out answer.
I know it is a cop-out, so I'll say Home Depot.
Let's go.
I'll say Home Depot because I use them more than I do Menards.
Yeah.
But I shop at all three because they do have different things, and I have tools that I need that I can't get at one. I can get at the other.
You know, this is a trend that is continuing to be validified, that people who actually do home projects go to Menards. People who hire people to do projects people who actually do home projects go to Home Depot. Yeah. People who hire them go to Menards.
Well, like renting tools.
Yeah.
Home Depot.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
redid my floors and rented
tile saw.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But
Menards is a grocery aisle.
It is. It has snacks.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay. I have a question. Have you ever, or would you open a snack in a grocery store before you've paid for it? Like while you're shopping,
is the question, have I or would I?
Both.
Have I? Yes. No.
You don't do it. You used to, but you don't anymore. Yeah. Why?
I had kids. They're not listening, I hope.
I haven't. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it's like, hey, I'm starving. I'm going to go grab some trail mix, do my shopping, open it up, pay for it after it's already gone. I'd do that.
No, cool. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid we visited my aunt in Pennsylvania, and she opened like a bag of chips. And I was like, you can do that? And so we're like, walking through the grocery store, and she's eating the chips. And then, we paid for it after.
Right, yeah.
And ever since I was probably like 8, and I was like, just like the wonder in my brain, I was like, what? So now not every time, but very often.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm going to snack as I shop.
That's fun.
Well, that's good for the store because you last longer in the store. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Right? You start picking stuff up that you didn't even want before.
Yeah.
How many potholes did you hit on your way over here today?
2.
Just 2. That's not too bad.
Because I was counting them.
Because you were going to
ask that question. We were going to ask.
He's one of our 10 listeners. He knew we were going to ask. That's finally, Paul. Where can people find?
Wait! You missed one. What's your date night? What's a go-to date night?
B&B.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
It's the cheap night.
Yes.
Really? They have a discount on Tuesdays?
$5 movies.
What?
Tuesdays.
What's best movie you've seen recently?
Avatar.
The new one?
Yeah. All of the series.
Oh, really?
Is the third one out?
I think so.
Or are you talking about the second one?
Well, seen both.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The third one I think is in right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Fire and Ash. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't know that was out. Sweet.
Yeah,
cool.
How many TikTok dances are you doing these days?
Somebody asked that the other day, and we all said, you don't want us on TikTok. Yeah, that just would not be right. I'm hoping more and more young people want to come in and take over because, that would be great to have someone who is more savvy in communicating that. I mean, because the running community is big here. I mean, it's exciting to run with group.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of runners, like you that are running by themselves or with somebody, but, and we'll meet them out on the trail because we know that they run every day, but they don't run with us. Mm-hmm. But the more people we can get together, the better. Like the Top City Run group is a little bit younger.
Yeah.
They meet at Felker Park over by the Veterans Hospital. That tends to be a little bit younger group. Our group ranges from 80 to, 40-ish. Mm-hmm. Occasionally the younger group comes out and runs with us.
Yeah. So if I'm about to turn 40, that sounds like I should think about aging up to the Striders then.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's the more experienced group.
I'm not in a club, but it sounds like the Striders,
They're very cool. Yeah. Well, Paul, where can people find you at if they either want to connect with you or want to join the Striders? How can they get a hold of you and the Striders?
You can. We have a Facebook page, so you can follow us on Facebook. Our website is down at the moment, but you can, if you go into Fleet Feet and ask.
Yep.
Fleet Feet has theirs. So Facebook will probably be the fastest way to find us.
Cool. Paul, thanks so much for joining us. This is so great.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
impressed that you learned about us from somebody else. So that word of mouth out there.
Yeah, a friend of mine texted me your info and said, "Hey,
that's exciting. That's somebody."
Yeah, super awesome. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah.